It is impossible to achieve peace as long as every single action is taken with a possible future conflict in view.
I believe that Gandhi's views were the most enlightened of all the political men in our time. We should strive to do things in his spirit, not to use violence in fighting for our cause, but by non-participation in anything you believe is evil.
There is an indefinable, mysterious power that pervades everything. I feel it, though I do not see it. It is this unseen power which makes itself felt and yet defies all proof, because it is so unlike all that I perceive through my senses. It transcends the senses, but it is possible to reason out the existence of God to a limited extent. Even in ordinary affairs, we know that people do not know who rules or why and how he rules. And yet they know that there is a power that certainly rules. This power, benevolent or malevolent. I see it as purely benevolent, for I can see that in the midst of death, life persists. In the midst of untruth, truth persists. In the midst of darkness, light persists. Hence I gather that God is life, truth, light. He is love. He is the supreme good. But He is no God who merely satisfies the intellect, if He ever does. God, to be God, must rule the heart and transform it. He must express Himself in every smallest act of His votary. This can only be done through a definite realization, more real than the five senses can ever produce. Sense perceptions can be, and often are, false and deceptive, however real they may appear to us. Where there is realization outside the senses, it is infallible. It is proved not by extraneous evidence, but in the transformed conduct and character of those who have felt the real presence of God within.
Sing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
Twas grace that taught my heart to feel, and grace my fear relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Amazing grace, amazing grace, how sweet the sound, how sweet the sound, I saved the rain.
The person who has influenced my life in terms of action more than anybody is Mahatma Gandhi.
Where did you come to Gandhi? I came to Gandhi in the same setting. In theological seminary days, I had heard of Gandhi. But I remembered hearing a message by the president of Howard University, Dr. Mordecai Johnson, who had just returned from India. Spoke in Philadelphia on his trip to India and the whole philosophy of Gandhi and passive and nonviolent resistance. I was so deeply moved by the message that I went away and bought several books on the Gandhian, on Gandhi and Gandhian technique. And at that point, I became deeply influenced by Gandhi, never realizing that I would live in a situation where it would be useful to me.
And actually used it.
comes and beauty goes. Some say beauty ebbs and flows. A fleeting glimpse of ecstasy will forever stay with me. The greatest beauty there's ever been is the beauty that can't be seen. Into a mocha scrub, looking at this land I love. Beauty, and staring at a full moonlight in deepest depths of the night. Beauty, when I sit upon the earth I feel it heal me. La 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 la, la 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 la.
I stand here before you not as a prophet, but as a humble servant of you, the people. I place the remaining years of my life in your hands.
After leading negotiations for a new South Africa, Nelson Mandela cast his vote in the first free and democratic elections and became the country's first black president.
Never, never, and never again shall it be that this beautiful land will again experience the oppression of one by another.
For the duration of his presidential term, and throughout what should have been a well-earned retirement, he has worked tirelessly to entrench the ideals he has so long stood for, becoming universally revered as an icon of leadership and humanity.
Because these are special times, as blossom times, and so many of you who were seekers before, seeking truth all over, going to Himalayas, standing on your heads, fasting, doing all kinds of renunciations and everything, now have taken birth and are normal people, householders. This was all promised that such thing will happen. Only with such people, Sahaja Yoga will work. So the whole thing is, I would say, a plan which has worked out. You all took your birth at this special moment. Even if you see the position of stars and all that, you can see clearly how everything has clicked together. It's all a divine plan. So a person who has a Sahaj culture is not only spontaneous, but is inspired, is an inspired personality. A person who is of that kind, an inspired visionary, then other people get impressed by such a person that, see, there's a man who is inspired, who talks in an inspired way, in a way that is something very different from others. Something new, he says. New that is nourishing. In the world of this nonsense that we are living, we have to be something like the lotuses, who cannot be tarnished, who cannot be affected by all the ills that are going on. This is what is the test, is the pariksha. That at this time, at this difficult time, we can blossom and create fragrance and get so many others to this beautiful atmosphere. With your good wishes, with your prayers, this world will be so beautiful, so enchanting, that in the history people will describe that the world itself became a lotus full of fragrance, of divinity.
In the history of spirituality, there has never been a personage who has more clearly defined the purpose of human existence than Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. Her vision of mankind as an interwoven tapestry of many colors, cultures, and continents, all joined in what she describes as collective consciousness, is unique in that it establishes the thread which runs through all of human awareness. Shri Mataji sees us not as individuals stalking the earth in isolation, but as instruments of the divine, which when awakened through self-realization, begin to fulfill their purpose and emit love and compassion into the world. Peace must first be established in the individual, she says, and then will manifest itself over the earth. When this occurs, human beings will know themselves to be part and parcel of each other, and carry the light of the Spirit in their eyes. This light will comfort and soothe others, and bring about the emergence of the culture of the Spirit on earth. We will come to look upon this world in which we live as a living and breathing entity which both sustains and enriches us, and cease to exploit and destroy its bounty. All things will reach a balance, because we will have realized the innate balance within ourselves through our connection to the Spirit. The complete transformation of both the inner and outer expressions of humanity are just within our grasp. We need only look within our own being to find the roots of all eternity. As each of us do this, we lay the foundation for the coming age and the great awakening which will forever alter our future course. This is the vision of Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi, a living saint for modern times.